To Queen's Park now. The province is extending the Hazel McCallion LRT further into downtown Mississauga and Brampton. The government is asking Metrolinx to come up with the plan to build the downtown Mississauga loop and an extension into downtown Brampton. For more on this, we're now joined live by Ontario's Transportation Minister Prabmeet Sarkaria. Minister, thank you for joining us in studio to talk about this.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an exciting day for Brampton and Mississauga.
And we'll get to that. But first of all, how do you ensure this will not be an Eglinton Crosstown LRT situation?
Well, look, we're doing things differently in the province of Ontario now. We've passed the Building Transit Fast Track. You know, the Crosstown was a project that we inherited from the previous government. But if you look at any of the projects that we've undertaken under the leadership of Premier Ford, the Ontario line, we've actually got shovels in the ground on that. The Finch West LRT is a project that's almost nearing completion of construction. The Scarborough subway extension has shovels in the ground, and the extension, the West project on the Eglinton Crosstown, is almost 50% complete on its tunneling. So we've made some great progress. We've learned from some of the challenges that came through the Eglinton Crosstown project, but we're building transit across the province, $70 billion over the next 10 years in public transit investment. That's the largest in North America and probably the world. No government has spent this much on public transit, but we're proud to stand with Premier Ford and build transit all across this province.
You say that this letter is a directive from the Premier himself. Former Mississauga Mayor Bonnie Crombie has talked about how this is something Mississauga's wanted for a long time, this loop, but that it was originally shot down because of cost considerations. So why now?
Well, look, you know, the Premier has been committed to this many times. Even a year ago, he's spoken to this project, the downtown loop, and into downtown Brampton as well. But when you look at Peel Region, you know, I live there. I drive on the roads every single day in that region, in Brampton and Mississauga. We've seen explosive population growth. Peel Region is one of the fastest growing areas, not only in the province, but the entire country. And we need to make sure that transit investments and investments into infrastructure are made. Just in the next 2 years, we're going to be expecting another million people. And when I speak to residents, it's hard for them to, you know, travel from point A to point B. They're stuck behind a wheel in a car, and they want to get home to their families, spend time with their families, and that's why we're committed to building transit. And this extension is great news for commuters in Brampton. It's great news for commuters in Mississauga, because we need to keep pace with the growth of the population, and making these infrastructure investments, making sure that we're building LRTs, we're building the transit network across this province is so important.
Okay, Minister, I do want to talk to you about the timing here, because it's important. This letter is dated yesterday. You've given Metrolinx a deadline of February 5th. to come up with its case. That only gives them about a couple weeks to consult with stakeholders, determine anticipated costs, to sit down with municipalities as well. Is that enough time?
Well, look, these are projects that we've been talking about for quite some time. But you know, the Premier is someone that wants to get shovels in the ground today. We know that the need to build transit is today, so we're going to move fast. We're going to move quick. That's why we've seen historic projects like the Ontario line. Just yesterday, we announced a significant milestone in that with the PAPE underground tunnel contract being awarded. The Premier wants to get shovels in the ground. He wants to build transit across this province, and that's what he's shown, whether it's been passing legislation in Queen's Park, the Building Transit Faster Act, which allows us to expedite transit delivery. That's what we're seeing in Brampton and Mississauga. The Premier knows. He goes there, he visits there, he speaks to the residents. He knows the challenges that we're facing there with the explosive population growth we're seeing there, and he wants to make a difference. That's why we're going to continue building the LRT and extend it into downtown Brampton and Mississauga.
So the Hazel McCallion LRT was supposed to open this year. Is that still happening? Will this delay it? And what type of timeline are you looking at?
Well, look, this is another step in that project of the Hazel McCallion line. We just made a huge milestone, reached a huge milestone on the Hazel McCallion line. We opened completed the construction on the operations and facility management part of it. The track has been laid on the ground. When we drive by it every single day in Brampton and Mississauga, you see the incredible progress that has been made on that. So we're going to continue working on that project, but also look at the expansion of it with this new direction from Premier Ford to Metrolinx.
Does this mean another delay, though, or
well, this is going to continue to work towards building that project, as we have been to testing and commissioning on all projects. We'll make sure that everybody is aware of that, and as those dates come forward, we will have those with the public as well. But for us, it's about getting shovels in the ground, getting construction going, and this phase will be the next part of that line.
Okay, Ontario's Transportation Minister Prabmeet Sarkaria, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
We appreciate it.